Hello mirrors. So today I am coming at you with a pick a card, and today we're going to be looking at what is keeping you from finding a partner at this moment. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at these three piles. We have Celestite, Labradorite, and Rose Quartz. So if you're drawn to a particular stone, or you know, the way that the card looks, we will go off of that. So down below there's going to be a timestamp for each pile if you want to go ahead and look at that. I'm also going to explain a little bit beforehand about what I'm doing, okay? So if you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we're born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. Okay, so I do want to explain this a little bit because we are in a Law of Attraction universe. So if you are not manifesting a partner, there is a reason. This isn't random, okay? So we're going to look at your blockages basically in this reading. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started on pile one. So if you need to pause here and kind of think about which pile, go ahead and do that. Okay, pile one, if you chose the Celestite, this one is for you, and this is about empowerment. And I will talk about this card in the reading once we get some more information. I'm going to start off by looking at what is blocking you mentally. What is it that is blocking pile one mentally from manifesting a partner at this time? Whew. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands. Let's get a clarification card. And the Ten of Cups. So what I feel like is that there's a lot of things that are holding your attention emotionally, a lot of things that are important to you, and you feel like there's so many things that you want to do in your life to get to this Ten of Cups. Anything that kind of fulfills you emotionally, makes you happy, like gives those emotions an anchor. This is holding you back because you're not putting enough of your effort into these things. Okay, so with Law of Attraction, we want to get this feeling of the Ten of Cups without needing your partner there, without even necessarily needing anything in particular. You just want to use the tools that you have in order to get this feeling of the Ten of Cups, like you already have this fulfilling life, and that's what you need to work on mentally in order to start attracting a partner to you. Okay, let's see what's physically blocking you. What is physically blocking group one? Okay. Knight of Swords, and let's also get a clarification card. Physically, what is blocking pile one? And the Nine of Pentacles. So physically, you want to be able to feel like you are like a strong, independent person, which is probably why we have empowerment here. That is part of your mental process as well, because Knight of Swords is mental, but it's not just like a mental thing in your case. You are really wanting to be able to say that I've come so far on my own. Now I'm ready for that next step. I feel like it's extremely important to you. You may not even be conscious of this. I think a lot of you are though. But ultimately, that's going to be a big block, because if you feel like you physically need to depend on someone to provide for you, like especially here with Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles is like a strong, independent woman type of vibe. If you feel like you're going to have to be dependent on someone, you're not going to feel secure. But it's really like a mental thing. I know I asked physically, but with Knight of Swords, I'm really getting the sense like, yes, it is a physical thing. Like you physically need to have this, but you may already be successful, but that, you know, that's not the same thing as actually feeling it and like thinking like an independent person. It's like a mixture of both. Okay, so spiritually, what is blocking pile 1? We do have 7 of Wands in the reverse. Let's get a clarification there. And 8 of Cups in the reverse. So spiritually, you really want to feel like you're hitting all of your goals, that you're able to come up against obstacles and you're able to kind of face them head on without needing to dissociate. Okay, this can keep you from a partner, because if you're dissociating when things get tough, you aren't really holding that space of love that a person needs in order to be able to feel fulfilled. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So with all of these tarot cards together, along with empowerment, the main message here, mentally, spiritually, physically, you want to feel empowered on your own. You want to kind of bring that energy of, hey, I can handle anything that comes to me. Because if you're struggling in other areas of your life, it's going to make it a lot more difficult whenever you bring someone else in, because with partners, they end up magnifying a lot of these issues already. So you kind of really want to get into that mode where, hey, I'm fulfilled. I know that anything that comes at me, I'm ready to handle it. So you may actually call in some karmic partners to help you with this. This doesn't mean that, you know, you're stuck to being alone until you're like independent and have all of your stuff together. It's just that you may need to call on a karmic partner in order to help you get some training, you know, facing these obstacles, which is what I'm really seeing here with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, as well as the 6 of Wands in reverse. I personally had to go through something like that where I called in a karmic partner, that I learned how to deal with being patient with him. And even though it turned out that, you know, we didn't have anything super deep, it helped me with my next person, okay? And in your shadow is the Hangman. So with all of this, you really want a new perspective. I think a lot of you aren't in this energy. You just may not feel like you're strong enough to do this, like you need somebody else in order to feel fulfilled. And that's just not true, okay? I'm gonna kind of give some advice now. Let's see what's going on. See what kind of energy we can get out. Okay, 2 of these. So we have a water elemental. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes of life and release. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. So yeah, you guys are definitely working towards a type of release from the past. That's going to be really important if you want to be able to face these challenges head on, so you know that this divine union that you're working towards is going to be one that's inspiring, where you grow together, not where you're at each other's throats or where you're constantly feeling like you're not strong enough to handle it, which may be like your current energy right now. So look in the past and what you've dealt with in the past in other relationships, and work on releasing. Also, things that come in your life, you want to be like this guy, where he's literally like on top of this planet. He's huge. He's a giant. So anything that comes up against him, he knows he's going to prevail. He's also not afraid to walk away from what is no longer serving him emotionally. So there is definitely some release from the past that is necessary with this particular group, okay? Then we have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, so in the mental space, you want to feel authentic. Okay, there's so many things that are important to you. You know that if you were to just go into this like divine partnership, like a soulmate or a twin flame type of union, you're not going to really feel like yourself, and you want to feel like yourself, because if you're putting so much energy on one person, what's going to end up happening is you are going to be missing bits and pieces of you. Okay, so let's see. Some advice. Oops, sorry. Physically. Silver Sisters, time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. So because I was talking about the Knight of Swords here with the Nine of Pentacles, in order to make these actual changes in life where you're able to take better care of yourself. And this, like, again, yeah, like Nine of Pentacles always gives me like kind of like a rich woman vibes, okay? But it doesn't have to be that way. It's mainly that you just feel like secure, like you don't need somebody to take care of you. And like I said, it is a mental process. So this is saying to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. So feeling like you are secure, feeling like reminding yourself through affirmations, journaling, scripting, meditation, that you are self-sufficient, and that when someone comes along, if say it doesn't work out, you're going to be just as strong when they leave, you know, if that were to happen. Okay, and then spiritually, let's see, spiritually, what is the advice? Spiritually, what is group 1's advice in order to release blockages so their next partner can come into their life? Okay, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. It's in the reverse. So I get a double message here. One is that there definitely is some energy in the past that needs to be released. Again, this was like a real partnership. I feel this was someone that you wanted to work towards a real defining relationship, but you haven't gotten over them. Okay, so spiritually letting go of this energy is going to help the next set of events that lead you to your person. That's what is going to be beneficial for you in the long run. Okay, I'm gonna see what you can do in order to heal yourself right now. What is going to be the most beneficial for pile 1 to heal themselves right now in this current energy? Phoenix rising. Okay, so this is being reborn from the ashes. This is taking the past and letting it move through you. That energy that you have encountered in the past, although it has hurt you, transmuting it, using it so you can grow anew and be strong and independent, and know that you can overcome any of these obstacles. This really is an empowerment reading. It's really cool how it did come out this way, guys. So let's I'm gonna get a couple of these cards, and this is gonna be future energy for you, okay? So what is group 1's future energy? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, caring connections and goddess of the moon in the reverse. So caring connections may actually be a romantic relationship, but it may, like I said, also be like a karmic partnership. Karmic partnerships, by the way, are like not negative. There's a lot of beautiful things that come out of karmic partnerships sometimes, but they are there to teach us lessons. And I think that's what's next for you guys, because with goddess of the moon, I always take this kind of like high priestess energy, but it's in the reverse. So this connection is going to help get you in touch with your intuition. You may kind of go through some difficult times. However, it'll be worth it, because then you're gonna be able to work through a lot of the shadow stuff that's keeping you from feeling disempowered. Okay guys, so that's all I have for you. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post more videos such as these and others such as law of attraction, zodiac readings, that sort of thing. Okay, I love you. Okay, group 2, you picked this beautiful Labradorite. So let's see what it is that is keeping you from going into your next relationship, and we'll also look into some advice. You picked illusion, which is really interesting. Okay, so we are going to start off by looking at mentally what is blocking you, then physically, spiritually, and then we'll look in your shadow, and then we'll get into the advice portion. So let's get some clarity as far as what is blocking you mentally. Group 2, almost said group 1. Okay, we have the 9 of Swords, pretty straightforward. Having anxiety over the connection or the potential of being with someone new. Okay, and that is clarified by the 8 of Swords. Eight of Cups. So yeah, this anxiety, sorry, I couldn't remember the word, is because of a past relationship, or, you know, being hurt. I guess it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. It could even be a friendship, but in the past, someone has hurt you, and you've had a difficult time. You have never like fully gotten over it, is what I'm feeling. So mentally, that is blocking you, because if you're scared of being treated that way again, it's going to be very difficult in order to call in a new soulmate or a new, like a twin flame, that type of thing, because you're kind of still stuck in that energy. Physically, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, and it is going to be clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, you're in a lack mentality. So I can see why you got illusion here, because you don't feel good enough, or you don't feel like you have enough, especially have enough for many of you. Physically, you are not able to see that a shift in perspective, or a shift in like a change, is actually possible for you. You're kind of clinging to your old ways, which is, like I said, in this lack mentality. So since we are talking physical, this could be like physical appearance, like you don't think that you're worthy of anybody, like you don't feel attractive, you don't feel like you have enough money to offer someone else, or that the way you present yourself externally is worthy of a relationship. And like I said, pile 2, this is ultimately an illusion. We do create our reality. So if this is how you feel, you're going to create evidence to show you that that's true. So despite what you have encountered in the past with other people, it doesn't make it true. It just means that that's where your beliefs were. And the universe is asking you for that shift to get out of that illusion. Okay, so let's look at you spiritually, why you are blocking in a new person from coming into your life right now. Page of Swords, and it is clarified by the Sun in the reverse. Okay, so spiritually, you are in a very negative place, I can see, with all these cards coming in. Pile 2, you are having a tough time because you're in such a lack mentality about yourself, about maybe people coming to you. You're so scared of being able to meet someone new, like what they would do to you emotionally. This is where your thoughts are, and it's a very like spiritually immature frame of mind, and that's okay. You know, we all have this energy at some point, but if you're ready to encounter a new relationship, you want to kind of change your thoughts, because this is not going to lead to a fulfilling relationship if your mind is stuck with anxiety, not wanting to let go, not afraid to look at a new perspective, seeing things negatively, seeing things in like a lack mentality. All of these cards are pointing to a very like immature, which is Page of Swords, like pessimistic kind of point of view. And like I said, you picked the card of illusion. So this is straight up telling you what you're feeling isn't what is true in regards to the universe. This is an infinite universe. We live in a quantum universe, so you can have anything that you could possibly want. So I'm going to look at your shadow and the Hermit. So this could mean two things. One, you think you're going to be alone forever. Or two, you really need to get in that energy. Like your soul is really saying, hey, feel comfortable with yourself. Learn how to feel fulfilled within yourself before we come and bring someone else along for you. Because if you don't feel good enough, you feel like, you know, all of this really pessimistic, negative energy is just going to be reflected in your partner tenfold. And, you know, we don't want that. So let's look at the advice. What is the overall advice for group 2? Oh my goodness. Okay, we have, I guess I'll get this too. I was only picking. Oh, well, this is cool, guys. Do you see? Because this is kind of like, it reminds me of yin and yang, and then we have this as well. So it says, Wheel of Life. I'm guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. We have Archangel Gabriel. I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. And we have Abundance. I'm grateful for the abundance nature and universe provided me in my life. So your advice is these 3 things. The Wheel of Life is very much the Wheel of Fortune, understanding that you are perpetually creating these cycles, and you want to create a positive cycle, okay? So you want to build up that momentum. So you may need to spend a lot of time in meditation, a lot of time at doing affirmations, like literally changing how you see the world and how you view yourself and others. Again, with Archangel Gabriel, bring hope and intuition. I love that. So you're really asking for hope. So you may want to call on your guides, on Archangel Gabriel, other angels, higher entities, whatever you believe in. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's all a form of energy, and that energy is hope that there is better for you if you're, you know, because you're in this like the sun in reverse energy. And then abundance. So if you have this like lack mentality, like, okay, well, yeah, I want a relationship, but you know, it can only be like this because that's all I've ever known. You're gonna block yourself from that, because you want more than that. Okay, you want something real, something lasting, something loyal and true and good. So universe is really asking you to dig into that abundant energy. Okay. Okay, sorry if there's a change of angle. I'm sure there is, because my camera cut out. Let me adjust this. I should have done this before I hit play. Okay, so we're going to look at some advice on how to help your mentality. What does pile 2 need to help their mentality? Okay, prosperity lies ahead. Okay, so this is what you need to think of, that you need to think about positive things, to think, instead of having anxiety and being scared to face the truth, understand that, hey, when I work through my mental blockages, that it brings in prosperity into my life, and prosperity in all areas, not just emotional, but yes, very much emotional for you guys, but also other areas of your life. So that's a good place for your mentality to be. Okay, physically, what is group 2's advice? Okay, I got this. And the last one, right in the same position in pile 1. Okay, so take time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. And because this is in the physical, yeah, it does have to do with thoughts. We have hangman, we have like a lack mentality in the physical world, but you also want to get rid of types of energy that is causing you to feel this way. Okay, so this could definitely have to do with friends in your case. So if you have friends that are very close-minded, you have friends in like your vicinity that constantly like reiterate negative thought patterns, you can alter these. So I'm not saying get rid of your friends. Look into law of attraction, especially Neville Goddard's law of attraction techniques. Look into Roxy Talks, Shelley Bullard, Erin Daughtry. These are all YouTubers that are really great at speaking about this type of law of attraction and how you can switch the people in your life. I shouldn't say that. You can attract better versions of them. You can go to realities where they are not in such a negative stance. So you may want to look into that. There may be some people that you actually need to cut out because they're just simply not good for you, okay? Okay, let's look at spiritually, your advice spiritually. What is your advice spiritually? Oh my goodness. Okay, wedding in the reverse. This situation involves marriage in the reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this card is to not be so focused on the end result. So it feels like there's so much like anxiety with this, you know, you're stuck in a lot of illusion. So if you're like literally thinking about, oh my gosh, I need to find the next person that I'm gonna get married with, and my time's running out, I need to start a family, whatever it is, like feeling like the person that's going to come into your life has to be the person, because you're really scared that if there's something, you know, wrong with them, they're not good enough, that you're wasting your time and you're just going to get hurt again. Okay, that is not where your focus needs to be. It's more about focusing on someone who's going to come into your life to shift things around to help you and the other person grow. Okay, that's really what the mentality it needs to be for pile 2. Okay, so let's look at how you can heal yourself. What is the main thing group 2 can focus on for self-healing? Sadness. Address your sadness, guys. I think that's probably the best thing you can do, because it feels like you're kind of running away from the sadness, or you may be overly feeling the sadness. So working on feeling sadness when it occurs, when it comes up, and then releasing it. I'm reading a book called Existential Kink. I cannot remember the author for the life of me, but if you want to look it up, you can. That's a really good way to address sadness or negative feelings and learn how to work through them, as well as Teal Swan's The Completion Process, I believe is what it's called. There are ways to do this. Look into shadow work or just meditation, learning how to feel these things so you can let go of them and allow new emotions to come in, new things to come into your life. Okay, so I'm gonna look kind of into like some future energy. Pile 2, Now, I do want to do a disclaimer for future energy. It's very, energy shifts all the time, okay? So this is just kind of like in the current circumstances and that type of thing, okay? Let's see. We have the temple path in the reverse, and we have a yin and yang. Wow. Okay, so I do feel like things are going to be very different than how you imagine, but it's ultimately going to lead to integration. So for some of you guys, you may have a twin flame in the future. Yin and yang is very twin flame. Like I said, with these two cards, we have that card, and now this one. So twin flame may be in your future, which may be why you're in a state of illusion, because you're not seeing, yeah, because now I'm picking up on 22. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys, yeah, Silver Sisters too, a lot of you guys are in for a twin flame connection. However, I do feel like you need to get on your spiritual path so you can be ready for this person. Again, like I said, don't focus so much on the end result, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to find my twin flame, so now they really have to be perfect. Okay, it's just about healing yourself so your twin flame can come in, and the biggest thing for you is breaking out of these illusions of negativity and lack. Okay, guys? So that's all I have for you. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post more videos. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Videos such as this and others, such as law of attraction and zodiac readings, that kind of thing. And that's it. I love you guys. Okay, last but not least, we have pile 3 with the rose quartz and the abundance card. So I'll incorporate that into your reading. Let's go ahead and look at your blockages on why you're having trouble right now finding a partner, or what kind of information is blocking you from a partnership. And I'll also look into some advice. So we're going to look at mentally what is blocking you. Okay. 6 of Cups, and it's clarified by, I'm going to take both of these, Strength and 5 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so mentally you, I feel like many of you are wanting children. You want to feel strong. You may actually be the type that is like very strong-willed, and that you need to win every argument. But we do have 6 of Cups, so this could be like stemming from childhood. But for a lot of you, I think that if you don't like resonate with that, it's saying that you want someone that is on your level of being able to communicate properly, and not someone that is just going to, you know, hurt you in arguments when they don't disagree with you. You may mentally want someone who has a lot of the same experience as you in the past, and someone who can handle your strength, because with strength coming out, I feel like you are very strong-willed. Okay, physically, let's see what's blocking you. I know that's like kind of a positive message, but it could keep you from like being ready for a partner because of your expectations. But we'll get more of that once we go through with the rest of this reading. Okay, physically, what is blocking? Okay, physically, what is blocking you? We have the 8 of Wands and the Lovers. Interesting. So it may be physically that you're interested in multiple people. It may be that you're expecting someone to come into your life and be literally like your lover. So you're not allowing for things like friendships to develop, maybe coworkers. Maybe there's even someone in your life that could be a potential partner, and you're not seeing them because you don't view them romantically. Like I said, with 8 of Wands, it's like you're just expecting someone to come in. Ooh, card flew across the room. Sorry guys if you hear the the music. I live with my nieces and they are watching Frozen 2 and it is quite loud. Now we're going to look at spiritually. Okay, that really went to come out. Spiritually, what is blocking you? We have Queen of Swords in the reverse and Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay, guys. So I'm getting the sense that a lot of you may have a little bit of an ego, may have a little bit of a sharp tongue, and may kind of feel like they have it all, like you know better than others, okay? Which might be why you're just expecting someone to come in and already be this like person that's interested in you romantically. So there may be a little bit of an ego problem for many of you. You know, if that doesn't resonate with you, it's just that you are very like sure of your path, and that may not be the right path for you in order to go to your, you know, your next partner. So yeah, with Two of Wands in the reverse, this is about not planning. So spiritually, you may not be one to kind of map out your life. I think, like I said, with this Queen of Swords energy, it's kind of like an ego. And by ego, it doesn't necessarily mean like narcissistic, that kind of egotistical type of thing. It's more about just a comfortability and like with strength coming out, like feeling very kind of confined to yourself, okay? But we're going to go ahead and look into some advice for you. So the two cards we have are Spirit Awakens. I embrace my soul purpose and align all aspects of my life to it fully. In sacred space, I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. So yeah, I feel like the universe is really asking you to open up. Wow. I don't know, these two cards together are kind of speaking to me for some reason. They're really giving me vibes like she's looking up, and this is like God, which this is the abundance cards. This like source energy just coming up and like filling her up. And then she has the world here. That's kind of pretty. It's kind of beautiful. At least that's the vibes I'm getting from that. So yeah, you know, maybe you depend a little bit too much on yourself and your ego, so you couldn't be less spiritually awakened than some people. Or it's just saying that you're about to go through another spiritual awakening, okay? Which is nothing wrong with that, guys. But being open to it in sacred space. So actually the vibe I'm really getting from this is setting up a sacred space for yourself, whether this is a place in nature or in your house. Like you may need that. That way you can connect to your higher self. Because I feel like a lot of you guys are very comfortable in your 3D self, but universe is really asking you to expand out of that, which is why you got abundance. Because what you have in your life, while it may be great, and while you may be feeling yourself, which is wonderful, there's more. There's more out there, and a universe asking you to connect to yourself spiritually so you can call in the next person meant to be in your life, okay? So mentally, your advice is communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Yeah, we definitely get this here with the Five of Swords too, in reverse. So universe is really saying communication with yourself, and I mean with others, yes, because we do have Six of Cups. So for some of you, this may even involve like your children, but because this is in the mental space, I think a lot of this is about communicating with yourself, your higher self, coming into alignment with the things that you truly want in a spiritual level and the things that you want in the 3D level, and kind of combining them. Being able to talk to people, you want to learn how to do this instead of always like maybe needing to be right. Some of you may feel that way, and this is going to be necessary. That way when the next person comes in, that it's going to be more harmonious, because you may be blocking yourself. Because if you've had like volatile relationships in the past, you may be blocking yourself from experiencing a new connection simply because this is something you want to work on, and you don't want to bring someone in until that happens. Okay, physically, what you need to work on: story keeper, tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom, and it's in the reverse. Okay, so this to me is saying don't make assumptions about people that come into your life. Like I said, so physically you're kind of like expecting someone to come in, already be the lover for you. But to me, this is like telling your story in the reverse, write your wisdom. This is, to me, this is saying don't count your chickens before they hatch. Physically, have an open mind from the people that are in your life, the things that are happening in your life, and to experience new things, allow people to come in, allow the energies to shift in the 3D level as they may, okay? That's the major sense I'm really getting from that, which is kind of a cool message. Okay, spiritually, let's get some advice. Spiritually, what is pile 3's advice? Okay, nothing wants to come out. Let's flip them. And I'm going to draw. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership in the reverse. So spiritually, it feels like the universe is saying that you should really work on becoming Queen of Swords upright. This woman who's very, I don't want to say woman, I'm sorry. It's the feminine energy of allowing the thoughts in her mind to flow and to integrate. Maybe not planning so exactly for the future, okay? And with the give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Again, this kind of goes with this, to allow the energies to flow in your life. There seems to be a need for flowing, which is how you're going to get this abundance. It's really important, guys, because when we try to like micromanage everything, we end up manifesting quite the opposite. We manifest a lot of really frustrating situations. So let's see, how can you heal yourself? Pile 3, in order to attract someone new in your life. Rejection. So this is getting comfortable with the idea of rejection, okay? Getting comfortable that this person that comes in may not look like the kind of person that you expect. It also could be about pursuing someone. I don't know. There's so many different meanings. This is really interesting, actually. Yeah. I'm going to get a clarification cards because I'm getting so many different possibilities with this rejection card. I want to see what the universe has to say. Okay, it's these two cards. Okay, Queen of Cups and 3 of Cups. Okay, guys. So, oh, I didn't look at your shadow. I'm going to do that in a second. Okay. We'll do that after I explain this. So yeah, this is really about getting to know someone as a friend and opening up to them emotionally, because if you just go into it like romantically, because like say you meet someone and you really like them and you want to rush things, universe is saying in order to start healing this, to start connecting to people on a friendship level, an emotional level, and everything else will fall into place. Okay, let me look at the shadow. What's going on in your shadow? Pile 3. Okay, Justice in the reverse. You feel like in the past things haven't worked out in your favor, that they haven't been fair. It might be why you kind of keep this hard exterior. So work on breaking that down as well, okay? So let's look at the future energies. Like I've stated before, this nothing's set in stone. Okay, those ones want to come out. Easy peasy, okay. But this is just current energies and something you may need to hear. So your future energies are strategy and 5th chakra in the reverse. So this is coming up with a more like solid plan to get you to where you want in your life, to align energies without expressing it, okay? So I feel like, especially with 2 of Wands in the reverse, I feel like you're going to get in this mode where maybe you connect with someone on a friendship level, and maybe you take this this reading into account, or you notice how the energies are flowing, you're getting in touch with your higher self, and you're like, okay, I'm going to make a move on this person, or I'm going to work towards a relationship because now I know that I'm connecting with them, that it's possible. That's what this abundance card is. So, but I'm not going to tell them yet, especially with this rejection here. I'm not going to tell them yet, but I'm going to kind of work on the strategy and let the energy flow naturally, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos such as these and others, law of attraction, zodiac readings, that sort of thing. And that's it, guys. I love you.